Yo, this is the Guys Podcast. I'm Omar Muhammad. I got my brother from another mother, Omar Muhammad. What's
Yes,
good,
sir.
Brody?
What's happening, family? How you?
Chilling, bro. How's everything?
Can't complain, man. Everything moving. Thank
Yo,
God.
thank you for getting me, bro. I appreciate you. I know you're a busy man. You came
You
straight
know,
from the gym. My boy
hey,
said, "Listen, what time? I'm gonna be here for you." That's
yeah,
love. I appreciate you, bro.
always, bro. Anytime. You already know that.
So I just wanted to like talk about this topic, right? Because it's funny. I saw you was on Instagram and you were talking about something that I was thinking about a while ago, but I just never really paid too much attention to it. But you said something very interesting because you are a guy that's always in the gym, a guy that takes pride in how he looks. Not only do you go to the gym and put work in the gym, but also you put work in as far as how you what kind of meals you eat, what kind of food you avoid.
Yes, sir.
um, you're disciplined all around, not just in the gym, but also too what you put into your body, right? So, and I consider you a fit guy. I don't consider you a gym guy, right?
Yes,
Um,
sir.
so when you made that post on Instagram like a couple of weeks ago, I was like, I gotta have come on the platform and talk about it, right? Um,
Yeah.
and basically, what you were saying, you were breaking down the difference between fit girls and gym girls. And even when you said that shit, I was like, oh man, I always thought about that. Like you see women in the gym that you've been going to for maybe over a year or like months, and they're still overweight, they still look sloppy. You wouldn't know that they even go to the gym. The only way you would know is if you actually saw them in the gym.
Yep.
So it's like, has it become like a activity, like a fashion, like just wearing gym clothes, like a fashion statement, and just doing something like going to the like a person would go to the club or a person would go grab coffee at a cafe, they go to the gym, but not with any intent to really put in any fucking work. So, can you please like talk about that, bro, please?
Yeah, man. Well, I'm in the gym heavy, right? And I've been in the gym for hella years. So, you have
You heavy?
yeah. So, there's different type of people that go to the gym, right? But we have this whole thing that's going around. You hear girls be like, "Oh, I'm a gym girly," right?
Mhm.
So my thing is, don't get it confused with gym girlies and fit girlies. There are girls who go to the gym and they go to the gym just to say they work out or to show that they work out, but they won't make any progress. But they're really just trying to put up a front to you like, hey, I'm active, I work out, I take care of myself. But fit girls are the ones that actually take care of themselves, right? They put in the work. They're looking for their body to change. You see the changes in their body. They can bulk, they can cut. They are you could tell that they're disciplined because their body is tight. You know what I mean? Gym girls, they don't see any progress, right? And I think on an even deeper level, it tells a lot about their character, what type of person they are, right? You got to understand women, and I'm not trying to like down them, whatever, because I love women, right? I deal with them all the time. But it shows that they're sneaky, right? They'll put up a front to
Hmm.
you and make something seem as if they're doing the right thing, even in a relationship with you, but they're really not. A fit girl is more likely to hold herself accountable than a gym girly, right?
Mm.
Because a gym girly, that's her personality to act as if she's making progress. But the fit girl is actually trying to make progress, right? So you can work with someone that's trying to do better. You can't work with a gym girly. A gym girly she's a fronter, man. You know what I
Mm.
mean? She's a fronter, and there's pros and cons to both of them. But you got to know what you're getting into when you deal with a gym girly or when you deal with a fit girly. You get
Damn.
me?
Yo, I didn't even, what's so crazy? When you said that shit on Instagram, I didn't even think about it as far as like, and how it ties into like a relationship with a woman. I was just looking at it as gym girl, fit girl, and their accountability towards their own body, to their own fitness, right? But now that you put it like that, there's some like it makes sense, right? They're fronters, like they'll go through the steps, but not actually understand what it takes to really get to the level that they want to be at, right? And the same thing with like a lot of times, and I'm gonna tie it into like faking femininity just for the relationship. A lot of times, the woman will fake femininity and just showcase like a facade, but she's really not feminine. The same thing how
Right.
a go to the gym and just stay on their fucking cell phone and drink a protein shake because it looks cool on like a machine, but don't understand how the machine works, won't ask for help, won't put the time into actually, cut out certain things in their diet. So that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
if you're a trainer, also you deal with both fit girls and gym girls, right?
yeah. Of course, 1000%, one
Can you
thousand percent.
like the differences that you see while being a trainer, dealing with fit girls and dealing with in comparison to dealing with gym girls?
Yeah, well, it's basically the same thing what I said, right? But gym girls, they'll pay to continue to come, right,
Yeah,
without seeing any progress, or they'll make a little progress, and then they'll tell themselves they deserve a meal, right? Oh, I deserve this, or I deserve to cheat. I put in this work, so I could eat this now, right?
yeah,
They look for things to make excuses for, right? Oh, well, I did this, so I can do that, right? That's just what they do, and I always have the hardest time with them because we're here to make long-term progress, but they're cutting the long-term progress by telling themselves they deserve to eat something because they did 3 days of good work. You know what I mean? It doesn't go like that. If we're in this for the long term, it doesn't take 3 days. We may be make 3 months before you can really take your first cheat meal because we have to recalibrate your whole metabolism in order for you to be able to take that cheat meal. You get what I'm saying? They don't want to do that. But the fit girl, when you work out with a fit girl, her effort is hella different, right? They both will go through the motions. They both will do the same workout, but the effort and the enthusiasm that the fit girl will put into that workout and the gym girl will put into the workout is totally different. The gym girl is just going through the motions. The fit girl is actually putting in the effort and doing the work. So that's the main things that you'll really see with the gym girl and the fit girl is basically the effort.
got you. Now that makes sense. A lot of times when I talk to women who are not satisfied with their body, they'll say things like, "Oh, it's my hormones. I work out. I do this. I'm trying, but hormonally I'm off." It's bullshit. I always say law of thermodynamics.
Bullshit.
Bullshit. Yeah, law of
Fuck
thermodynamics.
out of here. I don't excuse my language, man, but get out of here with this
First, and shit. Oh, this is not,
shit. Yeah.
this is real. Like, and when there's no accountability, there's no progress. And it all ties down into the whole thing. Like, whether it's in a relationship, they'll lack accountability. If it's
Yeah.
trying to work out and get fit and they're not doing the right thing, they know they're not doing the right thing, but they'll tell you everything other than them being at fault. And I'm sure you
That's a
can,
fact.
like, someone who admits that they're wrong because they're seeking to be better. But if a person can't
Right.
actually say, you know what, I'm gonna take accountability. No one is in control of my actions, but me. Let me do this so I
Right.
can get results. So I definitely understand that. Oh, so I know it must be frustrating for you because if a person's not following your fucking game plan as a trainer, they're not seeing results. Then it's like they're wasting your time and they're wasting their own time.
Yeah, and I've had to get rid of girls for that, right? Like, and I've had girls cry to me, like, please no, give me another chance. And I'm just like, listen, you're wasting my time. You know what I mean? Like or I'll tell them, listen, if we don't see progress within the next month or 2 months, then you're gonna have to find somebody else because you're making me look bad, right? Like the first thing when you tell someone that you have a trainer, if you're not making progress, even if you're doing wrong, people are gonna say, what kind of trainer you dealing with? What kind of trainer you go? Everything is gonna be blamed on the trainer. So you making me look bad. If you were following what I told you to a T, right? Or not even to it, but if you were following 90% of what I told you, you would see progress. But I know you're not following it because your body isn't changing, right? Because we sitting here putting in crazy work in the gym. You sweating, you busting your ass. And then all of a sudden, and we're doing that every time. And then you're not seeing progress. That means you're doing something behind my back that you shouldn't be doing, right? Which is the diet, which is the food. So since you can't discipline yourself, and we've been working on disciplining you for a certain amount of time, you got to find somebody else because I'm not dealing. I don't need no want the money that bad.
Facts, and that's your reputation on the line. So you have to
That's my
alleviate
reputation. Exactly. That's my reputation on the line.
the program. Oh, can you like talk about? In my opinion, I think it's easier to go to the gym more so than it is to actually follow a strict diet, right? And I think that's where a lot of people fail. They'll go to the gym, but when it comes down to like stop eating cookies or fucking ice cream, you might have grown up on a certain type of cake. Your mom might make or some shit, right? It's harder for people to like be disciplined to give up certain foods, like their comfort foods, more so than it is to just fucking walk into a gym. Anybody can walk into a gym. And if you're like burning calories on a treadmill and you go to eat a fucking pint of Haagen-Dazs, you just wasted your time on the treadmill. So,
That's a
oh, can you,
fact.
like the different kind of discipline it takes to actually, um, change your diet in comparison to
Yeah.
just gym and putting in work.
Yeah, it's funny, right? I was just talking to a young lady the other day and I was telling her about this, right? But I tell her about this a lot. Even if you didn't work out and you ate properly, you would lose weight. You know what I mean? Because your body is actually using that good food for something to maintain your body, right? But if you're going to the gym and you're eating bad, you'll put on weight faster than somebody who's not working out. You know what I mean? So you have to learn we all have to learn like to discipline ourselves better, especially with the food, right? The food, I get it, and it's a sugar thing too, right? Like we all love the sugar, and the sugar is calling us. I'm not gonna hold you. There's times when after I'm bulking, that's a time where I'm eating my chocolates and things like that or whatever. You know what I mean? When it's time for me to lock in, those first 3 days of me not eating any like chocolate or anything like that, yo, it's tough,
Mm-hmm.
right? But I know once I get past those first 3 days, I know I'm smooth sailing, right? But a lot of people don't have the discipline to lock in and say, or they don't. This is really about desire. They don't really desire the goal enough to say, yo, no matter what, I'm rocking this out and I want to change my body. You know what I mean? If they had the desire enough to say, I need to get in shape. This is life or death for me. Then they wouldn't even they would look past that pint of ice cream or that chocolate or them chips and cookies. They just don't want it enough because they're still being rewarded out here for um, being fat. You know what I mean? Guys still want to sleep with them. They still hollering. Guys want. The biggest girl's gonna get smashed. That's just the reality but the biggest girl's not gonna get wifed. You know what I mean? That's the reality of it. And people may be upset, but I really don't care, right? Because it's the facts. A guy may deal with a big girl because he got a big fetish, or he may find it fun. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, I could take that down for the night. But he's not taking you seriously because you don't take yourself seriously. You can't even stop yourself from eating ice cream. So
Facts.
why should I take you seriously?
Yeah, she's a low hanging fruit, and it's much harder to get access to women who are in shape because they're in more demand. So a person will always go with the path of least resistance. So the bigger girls might make it a little bit easier to gain access to the girls who are more fit because more men want them. So you 100% right. If you can't take yourself serious and actually put the work in to be disciplined to take care of your body, what kind of mother will you be to your future kids? That's like I always say.
Exactly.
You pick a wife, you pick a mother, you pick the woman who's going to raise your kids. So if you're dating a woman that's going to the gym, but she's not seeing any results, she's not eating healthy, she's not doing other things that it takes to coincide with going to the gym, so she can see optimal results. What types of foods will she feed your children, right? What type of mindset will she uh, distribute to your children? So, oh, you hit this shit right on the head, and I see a lot of
Yeah.
women pump faking, working around with spandex and track shoes and hokas and shit, and they still got the same body that they did before they hit the fucking gym. It's like, what the fuck is
Or,
going
or
on?
they might be even bigger. I know girls who've gotten bigger while being in the gym, fam.
It's
You
crazy.
know, that's wild to me. So,
Those
and
are,
and I think you said something, huh?
those are gym girls.
Do you know what I mean? That's a fact. But I think you said something that was hella important, right? Like, what kind of mother would you be? People don't understand. Even when the child is in that mother's body, the things that she's taking in is going to that child, right? So
Facts.
you're already setting up the genetics and the DNA for that child to be fat or to have slow metabolism, right? But if you were in shape, that child will come out top notch. But people don't see it like that. So when you say I'm being a good mother because I'm fat, you're really not, because you're killing your kid inside. You putting them. If we start at the 1 yard line, you're putting them back in the stands. You get what I'm saying? In
Facts.
order to make it to the 100 yard line, it don't go like that. You set them
Facts.
back. So if you really love your kid, if you really want to be a good mother, you're really gonna take care of your body and get in shape. And I'm not saying you got to be Miss Olympia or the wellness champ of the world, but you should be in decent shape.
You should have some pride in how you look. And the crazy shit is always that they'll wear things that are super revealing with their stomach hanging out and all that. And I say to myself, it's like we have come to a point, where there's no more self-awareness, bro. And the crazy shit about all of this is because men are so desperate. See, the problem is, there's no incentive to get better when you're still gaining attention. Like we live in such a lopsided dating market, right? Is that men who are desperate will sleep with anything. So
Anything.
if those men who are desperate are fulfilling the attention needs and validation needs of these women who are obese, what's the incentive for them to change, to get fit? If I'm still getting guys DMing me and flying me out and shit like that, also,
Exactly.
crazy. It's crazy. I think this
Yeah,
was like
man.
super important, and I have a lot of respect for not only you, but how you lay down this topic when I heard it on Instagram, because the message, even though they say don't listen, don't respect the message, not you shouldn't only respect the message if it's coming from a valuable messenger, right? Because a Jew is a Jew, but at the same time, I have more respect for your message because you live this shit. You are in the gym, you are fit. I see you being disciplined. I see how you eat. So coming from you, this makes this more validated for me, right? So
Right.
yeah, well, I appreciate you lending a hand to this topic, man. This is something that I really wanted to like talk about. We got to have a part 2 of this shit too.
Yeah. And I'll say this too. Don't forget about the girls that are genetically gifted, right? I call them posers. They're genetically gifted, and then they come to the gym, right? But they already have a nice body, right? Because of the genetics. It's not a fit body, but it's a decent looking body, curvy body, nice body. May have a nice glutes or whatever you on them, but they throw on a waist trainer and they walk on the treadmill for an hour or whatever because they got a vacation coming up. That's a poser. That's not somebody that you want to be around either. You know what I mean? They're fronting. You wanna be careful dealing with. Yeah,
A
they're
lot of
worse
girls.
than gym girls, family.
Yeah. You're right. You're absolutely right. And a lot of these women who are like slim because they're not fit, they're just slim. That doesn't mean that they're healthy too. There's a lot of
Facts.
people that are slim but high cholesterol, high LDL, right? You know what I'm saying? Like heart conditions, diabetes while being skinny because they take advantage of them having a faster metabolism, or they
Facts.
might not have big appetite, so they might not even eat a lot. But when they do, it's
Facts.
junk food. That's another thing
Facts.
too, right?
Facts.
So
Yeah.
yo, this shit needed to be talked about. I appreciate you, bro.
I appreciate you, God.
Yeah, bro, we gotta have a part 2 to this too, to dig deeper, because I wanted to talk about too, like how poverty is linked to what you're like scarcity in food, scarcity
Yeah.
in nutrition is linked to liking uh, women who are heavier. That's a
Yes.
study that they did a study when they asked like men from different countries who are more likely to be attracted to bigger women. This scientist did some research and he linked men who are impoverished or have food scarcity issues tend to like women who are bigger because they represent food resource. So
That
right,
makes
it's
hella sense.
crazy. I
That
I have
makes
the
hella sense.
yeah, I have the article that I'll share. It's incredible. Like it's so interesting how that shit ties together. So
Yeah, that makes sense, bro.
just that we could talk about. And I love how you tied in the whole relationship aspect of a woman not taking accountability and doing what it takes to be her best self and making the fucking excuses and how that can possibly, right? I'm sorry, how that could potentially actually make its way into a relationship when you try to hold her accountable
Yes,
for
sir.
bad behavior.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you, my guy. Love you like cook food. You know what time it is.
Appreciate you
Um,
having me. Love you too,
YouTube
bro.
channel.
You said what?
You, you got to start your YouTube channel ASAP so you can start,
Yeah,
pushing your
yeah,
messages.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But just for now, they could go to the fitness YouTube, the fitness gems, and we on
Yeah,
YouTube. We were slinging the bang over there, man. You know what it is.
and the organic acting experience as well for the acting
Yes, sir.
of
Yes, sir.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. If you're an
Yeah,
actor, you know
yeah, bro. Oh, love
yes,
you,
sir.
Brody. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Love you too. Yes,
You're
sir.
right. Last podcast. We out.
Yeah.